And you're like,
I know.
And ladies, we are streaming live.
Woohoo! Amazing.
Let me just double check.
well done, Ariane.
Yes,
I
we
know.
are. Okay, so here we are for the third time tonight. This time on CCGM Consulting Limited platform. Welcome everyone to this Friday evening business presentation. Be heard, be seen, and be calm. And I love saying it, and you'll hear from Lillian when she says it. She with her voice, it's automatically calming.
Nice.
Thank you, Ariane.
So let me very briefly introduce you to our speakers tonight. So we have Tokumbo.
Hello, everyone.
We have Lillian.
Hello.
And myself, Ariane. And we're going to get started because it's Friday evening and we are sure that you have plenty of things to get ready for the weekend, to disconnect from work. But we really appreciate you being here tonight, watching us either live or watching this on replay. So for the next hour, we will be sharing with you some amazing information. It's fully packed of information. Whether you are a beginner in business, just starting up, or you are already in running your business, you will find information that will be useful for you, that you can put into application straight away into your business. We have amazing experts here tonight in different fields, but it's a great complement. We complement each other really well. And we're going to start off with the first section, which is being heard online with myself. Then we will follow up with Tokumbo, being seen online with your business. And lastly, but not least, with Lillian, how to stay calm while running your business, especially online at the moment. So without further ado, it is exactly 7 p.m. Whoop, whoop. Time to start. If you have any, do you have anything to share before we start, Tokumbo or Lillian?
No, you've said it all, so let's just get on with it.
And we've put together this collaboration because we felt that there was really a need, especially with everything happening, where a lot of you had to change and pivot their business online. Some of you for the first time, others who had to review the way they were running their business online, maybe. And all the things that we are sharing tonight will help you to stand out and to run better your business online. So to get the competitive edge and to stay calm while doing all of that. So let's start if everyone is ready for the first section, which is being heard. We would recommend you to take some notes. If you have any questions, the presentations will go quite fast. So you might have some questions coming up. Please do make note of it. We will have another session later on where we will answer all your questions. So please do make note of all your questions. And let's get started. So let's start by being heard online and focusing on your business communication. So let me just put this on presentation mode so everyone can see properly. So can everyone see properly the presentation that I'm sharing now? Thumbs up, everyone.
Yeah, we can see it.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. So business communication, the nervous system of your business. Let's see what it entails. So the methods, how and where you are interacting, the richness, the form, the style, the frequency of that interaction, all plays a very important part in your business communication. My name is Ariane. I'm business consultant at CCGM Consulting. I have 15 years of corporate experience and small business experience, and I share this through my consultancy work at CCGM Consulting. Today, we're going to focus in the first section about being heard, why it is important to communicate as a business, how, the different channels. I will share some tips, reminders, and examples on how you can apply better business communication for your small business. So let's start with why. So a good initial and ongoing contact with a customer can make a huge difference with your business. If you can maybe have a think, take a minute and think. If you ever had a bad experience going into a shop or speaking to someone over the telephone, you might have had a bad experience, and this is really bad for the image of the business in general. So bad style of communication, whether it's done by yourself or by someone who represents your business, is crucial for your business. No communication at all is also a big mistake that a lot of small business owners make. Even if you don't have anything to communicate, please do stay in touch with your audience. You work so hard on building that audience, so make sure you keep the communication going. One other mistake that small business owners do is sometimes they are not consistent. So consistency is key with communication. Needless to say, without some form of communication, you don't really have a business. So you cannot expect your clients to be looking for you. You have to make it easy for your clients to find you and to search for you. So communication is absolutely key. Whether it's just a message, an email, or post, there has to be interaction. So which communication channels? Just very quickly, there's various ways of communicating as a small business. Written communication, it can be through written hard copy, through digital formats such as email or internal platforms. It can be face-to-face or more Zoom one-to-one at the moment. It can be oral spoken communication channel. And of course, last but not least, the multimedia, social media communication channel, something that has boomed in the last few years. Like everything else, communication channels takes time to grow. It takes time, it takes effort. It takes time to build a following. It takes time it requires time and effort to maintain a presence through posts, through product features, highlight customer stories, and generally communication. So today, in this short section, I want to focus on email communication channel. And the preconception is that nowadays social media is taking over all the ways of communicating for small business, but it isn't actually the true picture. When you look at statistics, here I have provided a very short diagram, a brief diagram. It shows that obviously you have other channels of communication, but still email remains a really big part of business communication. From teenagers to millennial, from baby boomers to older generation, it still is very much relevant. So I'm not saying only use email communication, but what I'm trying to share here is make sure that you use email communication as part of your communication marketing campaign. Email communication advantages: it's free, it's quick, it's simple to use, unlike some new digital software. Create an email relationship with your audience. Help them to discover who you are or what your business is all about, and start creating trust through your email messages. Messages that have been sent and received can be easily stored. That's another advantage of emails. And they can be kept also safely. So your recipients, your email recipients, although they might not be able to read them straight away, they might be able to refer to them later, or even store them and go back to them later. The other advantage of email communication is that it's non-invasive, unlike a lot of social media or instant message systems. So that was for the advantage. And quick stats, just to re-emphasize on how important email communication. We have some stats here that show that 63% of respondents prefer email communication with their retailers. And 59% of emails are used and open when it comes to promotional offers. So email works really, really well with promotional offers. So now that we understand the importance of email communication for business, the question is, how do you get email subscribers? How do you get the email addresses to send information to your potential customers or clients? So there's a couple of different ways to get email addresses, and here I just quickly summarized a couple. You could use a pop-up form on your website. So when you open your website, you've probably seen those before, pop-up forms, which invite any website visitors to sign up for newsletters. You could also offer free gifts. You could give a quick preview of something. I did this just this week with a preview of this actual presentation and invited people to register for the event. You could also turn your social media followers, such as followers on Instagram or other social media platform, to subscribe to your emails. Now, you have to be really very careful when it comes to emails with the GDPR regulation. So it's a general data protection regulation. Whenever you collect information, it is very important to always have the permission of the subscriber. And here I've just given you an example of a subscription where it's advisable to always encourage for double opt-in, just to be on the safe side. So it is no longer acceptable to email people just because you have their email address. They have to consent to receive marketing information by email from yourselves. So more details that will be available upon request. If you want a copy of this presentation later, I will tell you how to get this. And moving on to what to send to your email subscribers. Very good question, isn't it? So once you have their emails, what do you send them? And I've put here down a couple of different ideas. You could start with a welcome series, tell them a little bit about yourself and why they might have come here today. You could answer questions in an email. You could share success stories of your clients, of your customers, happy customer stories. Who doesn't like that? You could share your top tools recommendations. You could also ask your subscribers if they have any questions that they might want answers for. You could also do a survey. I remember Tokumbo, who did an amazing survey after an annual event that she ran, and that was all done through email. You could also do a monthly newsletter, and you could also do, very possibly do myths in your niche or your industry. So those are just quick examples. So there is a way to go about sending emails. So let's have a quick look at email campaign strategy and process. So the obvious end goal is to make sale, to sell to your customers or to your clients. So you are here at the beginning, building your email list. And we mentioned this stage here, welcoming your customers. You will have a couple of different emails, engaging your customers and following this continued engagement. So this is to give you a very general idea of an email campaign. Now, once you have the understanding of email campaign, there's a couple of different steps that you could take. So the step one is what we just covered, which is the email campaign process. And here are the ideas of emails that I gave just before that. So now that you have that, you need to decide, you need to plan and define what and when. So when are you going to share all those different emails? You need to plan it, define it, and the third step will be to schedule it into a post or a mail. And for this, MailChimp is really useful. It allows you to actually schedule emails, so you don't have to manually do it anymore. Very clever tool amongst many other tools, but I definitely recommend MailChimp. So you've done stage 1, 2, and 3. You've defined your strategy for email campaign. You're going to schedule it to send. You're going to send it, and the next steps will be to measure and to report your email campaign. So it's not only just sending out emails, it's also seeing what works, what doesn't, and readjust as a final step. And again, MailChimp is a really good tool that I highly recommend, where you can see and learn how your email campaigns are performing. So this should have given you a general idea of email campaign and the life cycle of emails. Now, I promised you some tips, some examples, and some reminders. So here they are. And again, don't worry, you don't have to make note of it. If you want a copy of this presentation, simply put a comment on the video. So let's share some tips. Something we haven't mentioned yet is all about mobile devices. So most of the emails are now read and opened on mobile devices. Here it says it's actually about 61.9%, so 62%. And very often, if the emails are not formatted or mobile friendly, they're very often not even opened. So please make sure that whenever you prepare an email, it is mobile friendly. The second tip I'd like to share is about your style of communication through email. So we're talking here about authenticity. Obviously, when you are writing, it's always better to be a little bit more formal in writing than you would be when you talk. But you have to remain, you still have to display and share your own voice. your own style. This is something we have talked in the past. You want to portray yourself as you are in delivering your service, and the same by email. So be consistent in the style of your delivery in writing or not. Stay clear, stay concise, and easy to understand. I had some clients who were overdoing it, who were trying too hard to look very formal in writing, and their style was completely disappearing. It was as if it was a completely different person sharing information by email. So stay clear, stay true, stay concise, and easy to understand. Bear in mind who your audience is and who you are talking to. The other tip I'd like to share is a clear subject line. So 47% of emails are either opened or not, depending on a clear or attracting subject line. And let me share with you some examples in the next slides. So here are some examples. You could focus your subject line on either making sure that the length is the correct one, the content that the content displays already in the subject line. So what is your email going to be covering? You could also personalize it. So it's always much nicer for someone to read an email that is specifically for them. So whenever you can, try to personalize even your subject line. And the last example I have here is try to use keywords even in your subject lines. There's plenty of tools online that can help you with keywords. If you need help with that, simply get in touch. Few other reminders when it comes to emails. If you are going to attach documents to your emails, please make sure the name of your attachment is relevant. Sometimes we name our documents or not specifically to what they are. So take some time to make sure that they have the right name, because the name will show as the name as an attachment. The second reminder is, if you are going to manually send emails, please make sure manually emails to a group. Please make sure you remember to BCC the people, the recipients, as you don't want to disclose the email addresses to other recipients. The third reminder I'd like to share is make sure you proofread and check your emails. I actually spotted few little glitches in my presentation that I will go and correct quickly. So sometimes it's very difficult to spot typos or errors when you work a very long time on some documents. So make sure that you ask a colleague or take some time away from whatever you're working to have a clear pair of eyes. So proof check always what you are about to send by email or share. And lastly, format. So make it nice and airy, make it easy to read, make your emails interesting, attractive, add some visuals to them if you want to. Make sure that the text is nice and readable, airy. Like I said, if you want a copy of this presentation, simply request it below in the comment section under our video. If you have any questions on this part of this presentation or any other part of our presentation today, simply ask us below in the comments. We will host a separate session where we will answer every single question that we have received. You can contact me if you need help to get started with your business or to get on stock, move forward with your business. We offer one-to-one online business strategy sessions, or we also deliver consulting on a more regular basis as a package. Thank you very much for listening to my part of the presentation being heard. My name is Ariane Eva Morin of CCGM Consulting Limited. I hope you enjoyed this section, and I'm going to hand over to Tokumbo, who's going to be sharing with you all about being seen online with your business.
Okay. Thank you, Ariane. That was a really good presentation. And I must say that anyone who needs to be heard online now knows how to go about it. So I'm going to get started. I'm going to share my screen. This has been recorded. Okay. It's been spotlighted on me. So let me just kind of get to sharing my screen. Okay. And I'm just going to go into my presentation and back to media continue. Yep. Okay, so let me go to present. Okay, so I'm here. Let me just get this out of the way, as I always put it somewhere. So everyone, I'm here to talk to you about how you can be seen online. Now, if you are planning to do a business, then of course, we now know that with the lockdown that can happen at any time. One moment we were open, everybody could, go back to living, at least here in the UK. It was about everyone, now you can start going outside, and then suddenly they stopped us again. So it's more essential than ever, not knowing what the future is holding, for you to be ready to be online in your business and whatever you do. So that's what I'm going to be talking about today. Okay, so I'm Tokumbo Shumbayo, and I'm an empowerment life guide. And I've been in business for well over 20 years. And I've worked, on 2 different continents with people from different cultures. And I must tell you that I've had quite a lot of experience in business. I have learned from my own experiences, and I've also learned from the experiences of others. And so I can say that I, have in my own right, I'm able to talk about business and what to expect. I've been online probably, present online since 2011. So I've been online longer, but when I say online in business since 2011, and I remember in the early days, I started online, it was not like it is now. And every day things are changing online. So it's not just about getting online, but it's also learning whatever is changing, being, aware in your industry, how people are doing things. So yes, so next. So I'm gonna get started. I don't know why this keeps moving back. I'm just gonna try and leave it because it's blocking me. So having an online presence, it's really important. I can tell you that it's not a luxury. It's not something that you can just say that, oh, do I really need to be online? Because that could be your question. And I, daytime, I work as an employment advisor, and I can't count the number of people who sat in front of me and said, I don't know how to use the computer. I don't like going online. And before, we could say previously, it was okay. People could kind of get away with it. But in today's world, we can no longer get away with it. It's actually an essential part of our day-to-day life. The internet is no longer what we can say is a luxury. You don't need to learn it. During this lockdown globally, even grandmothers and grandfathers have had to learn how to use Zoom as an example. Why? Because if they want to stay in touch with their family members, and family members being able to stay in touch with them, then going online had become something that was no longer optional, but essential. And people had so many ways that they could do that. So they could either jump on Zoom, some people could go on Facebook Lives, and there were so many things happening online that would help people to stay connected. And so now for people who had maybe in the office, offline businesses, they had to now start scrambling online. So the people that have had advantage over the others are people who are already online. They know what they're doing and they just capitalized on the opportunity. Zoom is a good one. They've been there doing their thing. They've made more money this year than they've ever made before. And the same thing with Amazon. Amazon was online, and Amazon at this time has made so much money because they were in the right place at the right time doing the right thing. And that has been very helpful to Amazon. And all Amazon needed to do was expand what it was doing already and getting more people on board. Even before the pandemic happened, Amazon had already started hiring people on a self-employment basis to deliver packages. It's as if they had that hindsight, that foresight to see what was going to happen, and they put themselves and positioned themselves in the best place. And Jeff, I don't know if Jeff is still the richest man on the planet, but I can tell you he would probably be one of the top three. There's a few of them that keep on, exchanging this position among themselves. So it's really essential that you actually are online. It's no more luxury for you or your business. Now, the important thing before I go on is to say, when you are coming online with your business, you have to decide who is going to be the face of your business. And that takes me to my next slide. So what I'll be talking about today, about the content and the why, the how, the what, the where, and the when. So first of all, what's important is when you are coming online, why do you want to be online? Because that's the most important question. Who is going to be online? Is it you or is it your business? If it's your business, why are you bringing your business online? If it is you that's going to be the face of your business, why are you bringing the face of your business online? Because once you can define your why, then you will be able to stay the long journey, the long haul of your business. I can tell you that it's not an easy road. And you could see even just with what Ariane was saying about you coming online, having an email, a big, sequence. There's activities. She was talking about staying consistent. And the only way you can stay consistent is if you know why you are online, or why your business is online, or whether you and your business are going to be the face of what you're doing. Once you know your why, you can define it. I've come online because I want to make more money. I want to increase my sales. Or I've come online because I need to create more awareness. I need to be more visible. My customers are now online. They are looking at other providers, and I need to stay relevant. I need to be seen. And so this is important that you define your why. The why is what you go back to when times get tough, when you don't feel like, going on. Then you can look back and say, you know what, I actually need to go back to my why, because my why is the one that will keep driving me forward as I'm online. So you have to set some goals. So you're coming online. I know my why. I'm going to set some goals. So one of your goals could be, okay, I need to be seen online. The people need to know I'm here. Because when you start a business, you would tell family, you would tell friends, they will get to hear about your business. But I can tell you that no business can survive on only family and friends. And you didn't really set up your business for family and friends, because why? You can have something little that you're doing and you can sell to family and friends and say, if you need a bottle of water, you could, I can sell one to you. That's not why people go into business. People go into business because they want to make a success of whatever they're doing. And so when you go into business, you need to define the goals that you have set for yourself in that business. So you want to set the goals of, okay, I want to be, seen. I want to make sales. I want to push a new product into the marketplace. So for those of you that have been in business already, and maybe you've had an offline business, you had a shop, you had a store or something like that, or you were in an office, you are now coming online. You want to say, why am I online? Am I online to take a piece of the market? Or am I online because if I don't, I would go out of business? So you have to define all your goals, because it's these goals that you would use to measure the progress that you are making in your business. And it doesn't matter, don't set too many goals. That's what I would say, especially when you're starting out. If it's your first year, set 1 or 2 goals, or, maximum of 3 goals to achieve. And it could be that, okay, for now, I want to create an awareness, and I want people to know that I'm here. My second goal is, yes, I want to increase my sales, or I want to start selling. You're looking for who your audience is. Just, set the ones that you can actually, cope with, and make sure that you can achieve them. And you can also, if you do want to set more goals, then you can decide that, okay, I'm going to set 5-year goals as well. But, if you're starting out, I would say just set 1-year goal, kind of get into running a business. What is it all about? And then you can then start looking at setting other goals as you go forward. So again, you want to choose a platform, choose your platform. How do you want to show up online, and where? For me, I use Facebook a lot. When I started running my women's event, and I didn't say that here, I run a women's event called Women Elevating Women. I had been running it for about 5 years as a live conference, and women would come from all over Europe. I would get people that come to the event. And then when we got into the lockdown, I was first very reluctant to actually run it online. I was really reluctant. I've used Zoom, but I actually hadn't used it for a conference. But you know what? You have to try something out. And I took that step in September, and I ran my first online conference. And now me running conferences is second nature. I think between September and now, I've run 2 conferences, and I've done quite a number of smaller events, all on Zoom. And I can tell you that when you look at us all dressed up, online, you're probably seeing all of us dressed up halfway. Probably might not want to see the other half of what we all look like. So you need to find what is yours. Some people are on Instagram. I know Lillian is on Instagram quite a bit. I haven't even really gone on Instagram. I think she pulled me on with the very few videos that I've done. I think I've done 2. And I can tell you that it was Lillian that pulled me on, do it on Instagram. I will be coming back to Instagram, but not right now. I want to show up with my new program called Life as It Can Be. I'm truly excited about that program. And I know in 2021, by God's grace, I will be running that on a few more platforms. But at the moment, I have chosen my primary platform as Facebook. I know how to use Facebook. I enjoy using Facebook. I reach out to people on Facebook. My event that I put together yesterday, I actually started promoting it on Saturday. But I already had the number of people that I was expecting to come, and I had more people that showed up than the number I was saying minimum is. This is the number of people I'm looking for as I promote this event. And yesterday we had more than that number. So you need to choose your own platform. Where do I want to start? Do I want to start with Instagram? I would recommend that you choose one of them and master it. Be very good at that one platform. Let that one platform start to make sales for you before you try to explore another platform, because all of them do take a lot of dedication. It takes a lot of getting used to. Let people see you regularly on that platform. And that's what I do. Like I in my community, I've now started showing up every Monday and every Friday running different videos. So that, okay, you would probably see me here on a Friday or on a Monday. And I have that quite a bit, that people will reach out to me after I've given a talk or before. They will put a little message in Facebook Messenger because they know I would see it around those days. But generally, I always say to people, if you're looking for me, put a message in Facebook, because you would most likely find me there. If you put it in Instagram, it might take me a few days, if not even more than a week. LinkedIn, I don't use it as much. It's something that I would plan to use in the future, but not right now. So I would say in your business, please do choose one main platform and really milk it. Let it produce for you. And you can test out platforms, because even though I say use one main platform, you also want to test out the best platform for you. Which one gets you the audience that you're looking for? So it might be Instagram. You try it out and see if you're getting a good engagement, getting sales from there. Or you might try Facebook, or you might try Twitter, or you might try LinkedIn, because you will find that different people will say, oh, LinkedIn is the best platform for you to do business. No, it's the best platform for the person who's using it. Does not mean it's going to be the best platform for you. So you need to test these different platforms for you to make sure that, okay, this one works best for me. This is the easiest one that works for me. The technology, I kind of understand it. I know how to use it. Like for me with Pinterest, a lot of people would tell you that Pinterest is the best platform for them. I haven't even scraped the surface of Pinterest. So it's not going to be that when I want to promote one of my events that I would jump on Pinterest right now. I would have to test it out and learn how to use it, okay? So I would say show up in the way you won't be forgotten. This is so important. Why? Because we are in a crowded market. I remember writing an article some time ago talking about if you are in a place where everybody has a black umbrella and you just show up and pull up a yellow umbrella, your yellow umbrella is going to stand out and you're not going to be forgotten. So it's very important that as you are showing up in your business, that you can stand out. How can you stand out from the crowd? How can you be noticed and be seen? You can do anything, outrageous. There's so many things it could be with your graphics. It could be yourself. Like I said the other day, one of my friends actually did a TikTok on her page and she used one of the filters. And it was really funny. We actually stopped to have a look at it because it was quite engaging. It was, it was catchy. And so, but that might not be your style. So you need to find your own style. You will see some people, they will show up with a hat on their head. They will maybe do something cartoony. Somebody else could, okay, like Lillian, she's been running a reset. We won't call it a challenge. So she was, she put together, I don't even know what to call it now because now I can't even say challenge. So it's a reset session. But she's decided to stand out because somebody would look at it. She could have said challenge and everyone would just roll their eyes and say, oh, another challenge. But she's used the word reset. And, I can tell you that in the season we're in, that word is catchy because, oh my God, like I've had a crazy week this week. It's been super busy. I tell you, I am not in the mood for any challenge right now. But with a reset, I could go like, oh yeah, I do need to reset. I need to start over again. So you need to find something that you can use to make sure that you are not forgotten. I remember there was a time, I love doing graphics. I haven't even done it as much now because I've been super busy, but I like doing crazy, funny kind of graphics and put things out there. And I'm really looking forward to getting back to that time when I do have the time to do it. But you want to make sure that in your business, whether it's you or your brand, be noticeable, be different, do something that will make sure that people don't forget you. And it could be the consistency in which you're showing up. Remember what Ariane said, it's the consistency of showing up could also help people. Like with Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola now doesn't really need to advertise themselves anymore. But it's so easy for them to be forgotten if people don't see them because there's so many other drinks out there. So they know that they have to make sure that they are seen. So there are many ways in which you can stay relevant and stay seen. Just like my little pineapple lady over here with her glasses. If I keep on putting her up in the corner of my graphics every single time, even if I just put out the pineapple, even without anything else, I will be the first person that will come to your mind. Because you've been seeing me use this little pineapple with her glasses consistently over and over again. And then suddenly I don't even need to use it again. And that's the strategy I used for my Women Elevating Women when I started out. I didn't give it a theme. I didn't give it anything. I just kept on saying Women Elevating Women, every event, Women Elevating Women. And it got to a stage that once I say Women Elevating Women, people already know what experience they're going to get there. They're not even interested in the speakers. I have to tell you the honest truth. When I first started out, it took me weeks. I've been promoting it for a long time. And I had a few people say, who are the speakers? But I purposely did it that way because I didn't want Women Elevating Women to be about the speakers. I wanted Women Elevating Women to be about the experience, the community. And by the time we did that, even if I don't promote the speakers and just say Women Elevating Women is having this event, everybody knows that there's going to be something there that they would love about it. And it's the same thing with the God Factor. The God Factor is the experience, and the speakers are just an additional beauty to what is going on there. So these are some of the things that I could say that you can use to make sure that you're not forgotten. Now, you are your own brand ambassador. Remember this at all times. I keep on saying this. You would see people online get into a full rage, forget that they are running a business. And, then the next thing, they are coming out with a product and saying, buy from me. Now, maybe the audience who would have bought from them have just been part of those people that they had gone full crazy on. Now, when you are running a business and you're coming online, you are going to have to keep your deep opinions to yourself. You have to be extremely careful. You want to make sales. You want to make friends. You want to be friendly online. You want to be seen to be that approachable business, whether you are your own, a brand, where even if you're behind the scenes and you're not seen, your business is seen, and you want people to see your business as that go-to business and not that run from business. That business, no, their customer service is rubbish. And we hear this online all the time. There's a lot of organizations that their customer service is rubbish. And if someone asks someone who has used that bit, they would say, you know what, don't go there, the customer service is rubbish. But you can have a business where they would tell you that, no, if this business, you would probably need their customer service a lot. And so making sure that you are the brand ambassador or your business is selling itself in the right way. You cannot afford to go online and be nasty or get into conversations that you shouldn't be getting into, or showing up in the way that you will be remembered for all the wrong reasons. So keep this in mind. It's very important. When I'm online, I'm very careful in with the conversations I get involved in. Even if I do feel upset about something, I swallow it because I cannot afford to type it. If I'm going to face somebody, I might as well just tell the person, because then the wind can blow it away. Very rarely are you going to meet people that can quote you word for word. They're probably going to change it. But what you write, if it's read 1,000,000 times, as far as the person can read, they will read the exact same words over and over again. So please remember that as you are coming online, you want to be seen as a business. You want to be seen professional. You want to be, you want to have integrity. And your yes has to be yes, and your no has to be no. Now, this is, if it's not something that you are used to, it's something that you will have to acquire, because a lot of people have maybe made mistakes in the past. And what you need to do is just change everything and come online and change your tone, change your attitude, change how you approach and do things, because you want to remember that you are your brand ambassador. Okay, so a few more things and we will end. What content do you need to create to be visible? So you might decide that you want to do videos. You might decide that you want to have your website where you can blog on your website. You can have trainings that you want to do. There are so many things that you can do to create the content. Now, of course, when you're running a business, your content has to go in line with the business you're doing. If you are blogging, whatever your blog content is about has to be relevant to your business. You cannot be online selling cat food and then you're talking about boats. Are you sending your cat on a trip, boat trip? You've got to make sure that your content is relevant to what you're selling. Whatever you're doing online, as far as you're appearing as your business, whether your personal brand, the content has to be relevant. It has to make sense. It has to connect. And I have to be honest, I have seen quite a lot of people online today that 1 minute they're talking about this topic, the next minute they're talking about this topic, and it's not connecting. And I've seen so many people doing a lot of trial and error in business. I think one of the most important things for you to do when you're coming online is to sit down and define what you want to bring online. What do I want to be known for? Even if you're making changes, the changes mustn't be too drastic. If you are in business, then keep your, if, for example, if you're a speaker, you might decide to write a book. And you will find out that the book you're writing is probably the same topic of what you're speaking about. You might decide that you want to have a shop, and what you're selling inside your shop is relevant to what you're doing. Like I've got this mug here now, and I like doing graphics, and I can put words about business and inspiration. I'm all about inspiration, motivation, and education. And so on this mug, when I was making it, I wrote there "truly awesome," and I had the picture of the black lady looking absolutely amazing. And it's relevant to what I'm doing because I want to inspire, I want to motivate and educate people. So you want to make sure that you're keeping your content relevant. Okay, so I'm almost done here. Let me just see how many slides. Final thing I want to really say is do collaborations online. It's really great. This is what we've done here. We've actually collaborated together and put this bringing our different areas and put it together. And that's a good way to get online. You might even go online and collaborate with people who are more established than you. So it gives you the opportunity to be seen online. Now, a lot of people are doing it with influencers. They will pay influencers. It's not compulsory for you to do that. If you want to start that way and you've got the money, why not? If an influencer is able to give you their audience, then fine. But one of the dangers of that is, are you ready for the inflow of people? I remember a story of a lady who had this cupcake business, and she went on Groupon to advertise herself. So she went on Groupon. It's a kind of collaboration. So she went on Groupon, and suddenly she had thousands of people ordering her 12 box cupcakes, and she could not deliver because she was overwhelmed with the number of people that wanted her cupcakes. So you have to be careful that when you're doing collaborations, it's really good, but you want to move and grow at your pace. So find people maybe on your own level or people that are a little bit higher than you. But if you feel that you can cope with the thousands of people coming to you at that time, then go ahead. Nothing stops you. So for us here, we have done these collaborations and it has worked very well. We've learned so much. When we finish now, we will sit back and give each other feedback and say that this is what we've done well and this is what we can do better. So for me, this is what I just want to give you as a kind of introduction to going online. There's so much more about it. There's deeper things. And if you are interested in going through the depth, putting your website up, putting your social media platforms up, you can get in touch with me as well. You can put it in the comment section. Ariane will connect to me, but also you can just copy this and then you can register here, and anytime I have any of my programs as they're up and running, you'll be the first one to know about it. So you can just copy this. I don't know if you can all see it, but yes. So this is me and this is what I've shared today. So I hope this has been helpful and you are ready to at least get started in doing what you need to do. So yes, so over to you, Lillian. Thank you.
Thank you, Takombo.
Okay.
Thank you, Ariane. Now. Very good presentations. And so I'm going to speak to you now about being calm when coming online. So first of all, I introduce myself. My name is Lillian Larty. I'm a health, wellness and wellbeing specialist and transformation coach. I've been in the health, wellness, fitness industry for over 20 years. And I've helped people in various aspects to do with their health and well-being, including fitness, including getting cured with injuries, and more so now around emotional and mental well-being. So as we know, our current situation with the lockdown, it's caused small businesses, particularly small businesses who have operated offline, to now pivot online. Now, I know within my industry, there's been a lot of panic because as small business owners who teach people mainly offline and face-to-face, it was a case of, we've never done this before, how are we going to cope? So I noticed that there was a lot of panic, a lot of anxiety. Some people even put their business on pause to try and figure out exactly how they were going to show up online in a way that benefited them and benefited their clients. So how working online can affect your health and well-being? Well, in various ways. I've known people who have broken down because they're trying to negotiate. How do I work this? How do I do this? It's not working. I know people who have, like I said, paused their business because it's just too much stress and pressure for them. I've known people who, as soon as they get online, they freeze, or they come out in hives, or they just feel drained energetically from being online. But there are ways that we can get around this so it doesn't affect your health and well-being. So I remember when, the COVID hit the UK, and everybody was encouraging everyone to get online. And for me personally, I prefer to work with my clients offline, face to face. So coming online for me was like entering into a huge marketplace with lots of people, and I just felt overwhelmed. So much so that the UK went into lockdown in mid-March. I spent about, I think it was 2-3 weeks away from being online. Now, I was online in a small way, in a small scale. So like what Ariane and Takombo have mentioned, I was present on social media platforms, but I wasn't hugely visibly online, like actually promoting and doing my business online. So when I said, okay, I've got to pivot my business online, it just felt so overwhelming for me. One, because I'm a highly sensitive person, and also highly energetic as well, in terms of the energies that go on around me. I can sense them pretty quickly. And maybe you might be, an empath, that you find that when you're around certain energies, it really affects you. And there was a lot of panic around that time, to do with the lockdown, to do with the COVID, and then people trying to figure out, how am I going to do business online? So for me, it was a lot. So I took time out to really ground myself and put myself in that position of, why do I want to be online, and how can I be online in a way that works personally well for me as a human being? Okay, so I'm going to share with you 5 ways to be calm working your small business online. If you see me looking down, it's because I've got my notes here so that I stick to time, and we're not going to be here all night. So number 1 is, be clear and focused with an intention as to why you're going online. And I don't mean just like what Ariane and Takombo have mentioned, but I mean, what are you going online to do, like at that minute or that second? Because we can go online saying, oh, well, I'm going to do a post. And then the next thing you know, you get distracted by someone's baby pictures, someone's, as Takombo mentioned, someone's having a heated argument or a discussion, and then you get drawn into that, and then that affects your energy, and you just think, oh, I was only going to come on and post online, and now I feel irritable, now I feel angry because I saw this and I saw that. No, just say to yourself, okay, this is my intention. I'm going to go online, I'm going to do my posts, and then I'm coming off being online. Maybe set yourself a timer or a clock in order to do that. Then number 2 is, manage your digital well-being. What do I mean by this? Well, let me just share my screen here with you. And these are the areas that we need to be mindful of. So hopefully you can see my screen. It says that I'm sharing, so hopefully it is sharing. These are the areas of our well-being, of our wellness, that we need to be mindful of. So here we've got the wheel of wellness, and we need to be mindful of how we're showing up online in an authentic way, how it's affecting our, what I call our spiritual health, the essence of who you are. Are you showing up being the real you? Because if you're not, that's going to cause you stress. Maybe you think, well, I'm going to show up online and I'm going to act like I'm Marie Folio. And really, you're not like Marie Folio. Or you're going to show up online and you say, well, I'm going to be like Tony Robbins. But really, you're not. You're quiet, you're a simple person, and you just need to be you. Otherwise, it will affect your spiritual health and well-being. Your mental wellness, your mental well-being can be affected. Again, if you're comparing, for example, comparing and looking like what other people are doing, showing up online, well, they seem to be more energetic, or they seem to be showing up a lot. But you know that if you spend a lot of time being visible online, it drains you. Then that is not for you. Do what feels right for you mentally. If you know that only showing up online once a day is great for you, stick with that. I know that there's a lot of noise out there online saying, well, you must be seen to be visible and posting, 3 times a day, every day of the week. It doesn't work like that for many people. It doesn't work like that for me. My level of consistency will be different from someone else's. For most times, I tend to sort of batch my time as I go online. And once I feel oversaturated, or I feel no, enough is enough, then I come away from being online. But I make sure I still have good content on my social media or wherever it is that I'm showing up, so that people still have access to my content. And then it's looking at your emotional health and well-being. How do you feel emotionally when you're online? Do you feel depressed? Do you feel sad? Do you feel sorry for yourself? Do you feel angry? Or perhaps maybe you feel joyful, you feel light, you feel blissful. Like, being online is your arena. You really love it. You're really aligned to it. Then that's great. But you want to aim for being emotionally in harmony with being online. Find a way that you can be calm, you can be at one, you can be peaceful being online. I mentioned to you earlier, when we first, went into lockdown and going online, for me, I just felt overwhelmed, and I had to put myself in a position, get myself grounded. And I asked myself, well, how can I show up online and be of service, but do so in a calm, peaceful way that works for me and works for my well-being? And I advise you to do the same as well. And then showing up online in a physical way that works well for your physical body. So I've seen people who show up online and they're hunched over, or they're sitting in awkward positions, or something that affects their physical body. I've spoken with colleagues of mine who said, yeah, you know what, after I've been online, I really feel tense in my neck and shoulder, in my stomach. It just feels knotted. So what can you do to be able to release that tension before you go online, as well as release that tension perhaps when you come away offline? There are several exercises and things that you can do, which I'll go through in a moment. And then how is it being online affecting the health and well-being of your lifestyle? Are you showing up from 6 a.m. through to 11 a.m., 12 midnight, because you feel that you have to be seen online all that time, and it's affecting your lifestyle, it's affecting your relationships, it's affecting what you do day to day offline? So be mindful of that as well. So I'm just going to stop sharing my screen. Yay. So that's your digital well-being, and also being mindful of how it's affecting your sleep. We advise that with the technology nowadays, do your best before you go to bed to switch off technology at least 2 hours before your bedtime. If you can't, then an hour before. Because of the blue rays that are emitted from the laptops, the computers, the phones, it actually affects your brain. So your brain still thinks it's daylight, it's daytime, it's time to be active. And in line with this, it also triggers off your hormones in terms of your cortisol hormone, your adrenaline hormone, which are connected to your survival mechanism, your fight or flight response, which is triggered when you're in a stressful state. Now, you don't want your mind to think that it's in a stressful state before bedtime. This is why people tend to have problems with sleep. Now, maybe you might say, well, Lynn, I can be online and I can fall asleep just reading stuff online. But are you really getting good quality sleep? Just because you sleep doesn't mean you're getting good quality sleep. Sometimes you might wake up and you feel groggy, or you find yourself waking up in the earliest hours of the morning wide awake. That's because your brain has not settled down. Your hormones are still revved up because it still feels like it's in stress mode. So do your best to switch off technology so that you're able to get proper sleep before your bedtime. And then managing your stress levels as well. How do you feel? Again, coming off being online. You know, are your stress levels high? Are you like, oh my goodness, I'm glad that's over for the day? And then you feel anxious because you know you're going to have to do it all again the next day. So learn to manage your stress levels. Manage and protect your energy, mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually. Again, be mindful of why you're showing up online. Avoid being like a sponge, as I mentioned, particularly if you're an empath, if you're a highly sensitive person. Be mindful. Don't, go into areas of social media or areas of online that drain you. It's not essential for you to attend every Zoom call that is on offer. It's not essential for you to attend every network that is being available online just because people are saying you have to show up. Be mindful and ask yourself, well, how is this going to benefit me? And how am I going to feel within myself showing up online? I don't attend every network meeting that's going on online. I don't attend every call that's going on online because I'm very conscious about my energy. I want to show up being the best, showing up being best of service, not showing up feeling dragged or, oh my goodness, I've got to do this again and I feel worse for wear. Because the next thing you know, you could just blurt out and say something to someone because someone's irritated you in a meeting and you just think, why did I say that? Why? Oh my goodness. So today I'm saying, give yourself the permission to say no. Set your boundaries in terms of showing up online. If you don't feel well, and I mean if you don't feel well physically, mentally, emotionally, then you don't have to go online. Don't show up online. Don't post that day. Don't do anything online if you know that you're not going to show up as your best you. And there's a thing that we say in the industry, get sky time over screen time. We spend a lot of time online just staring at a screen. And again, this can affect our eyes, it can affect our posture, our brain as well. So do your best throughout your day. Get outdoors. If you can't get outdoors, open the window, look up at the sky, get the sky through your eye gate. And that reflects to your brain that, we're in harmony, we're okay. We can induce calm into the body. We can induce calm because all is safe, okay? And then set your time limits. Make sure you get breaks. Disconnect from being online when you start to feel a bit craggy. If you find that you're sitting down all the time, get up, stretch, move your body, move around, go and drink some water, hydrate, make sure you break to have your lunch as well. Don't sit in front of the computer or your phone, be eating and you're multitasking, working online at the same time. This sends your body into a stressful state. You need your body to be in a calm state in order to digest the food that you're eating. So avoid eating and being online at the same time. And then, set boundaries around times where you're going to be social online and times when it's work online. Try not to mix the two together because I know people who say, oh, Lena, I was online and then all of a sudden my mum sent me a message through Messenger and it was urgent. So that distracted me and that caused me to feel stressed. Set your boundaries, whether it's with the phone, whether it's through receiving messages online. Work is work. And then your social media time is social. You could say, right, 5 o'clock, that's my social time being online. Okay. And then check in with how you're feeling. When you're going online, check in with how you're feeling. Are you feeling happy? Are you feeling sad? Are you feeling depressed? Are you feeling joyful? Be mindful. Our feelings are our feedback for us. And then do an online detox. I love this. And some people get into panic like, what? What do you mean do a detox? Take at least one day off a week from being online. It refreshes your brain, it refreshes your body, and it actually helps you to ground again and be a human being instead of a human doing. And also it's great for your relationships. It's great that you're offline and that you can communicate with people at a human level, whether that's by phone or face to face, rather than just depending on doing it through online. Then number 4, do a mental hygiene. After you've been online, make sure that you do a mental hygiene. This helps with mental clarity, focus, and with your sleep. It also helps you with the ability to switch off. I hear a lot of people say to me, Lillian, you know, nowadays, because I'm spending a lot more time online, when I come offline and I try to sleep, or, you know, I try to be present with my family, my mind is still whirling. I'm still thinking about, oh, I should have posted this, or I should have done that, or I should have done this. When you come off online, you can do a mental recce. You can do something like get a journal or a piece of paper and write down what good things worked for me today being online. What good things didn't work well for me being online. What can I do differently next time when I'm online? And then maybe create a list as well. Oh, these are the things that I didn't get to do online. I can do these tomorrow. Rather than beat yourself up and then try to sneak in a little thing, oh, let me just quickly post this online whilst you're trying to be present with your family, your children, or have a relaxing bath, okay? And then change your environment. It's good to change your environment. Get outdoors, get into nature. I always make sure that I do my best to do a walk, mainly in the morning before I start and get online, or sometime during the daytime, just to breathe, just to be outdoors, just to connect with nature and connect with the outside. You know, scientific research has shown that when we're outdoors, when we're even in nature, it helps to reduce our stress levels. If you're suffering with things like hypertension, it is known to help reduce your blood pressure by connecting with nature. So do your best to get outdoors. Number 5 is do a stress hygiene. Now, whether you feel, well, I'm not really stressed, you know, when I go online, but you're feeling tense, or you find that you're just not feeling yourself. Mentally, your mind is just ticking over. You've got lots of stuff in your head to think about. Do a stress hygiene when you come off being online. So you can do things like stretches, just taking your head over from one side to the other, just stretching through your neck and shoulders, releasing the tension. Okay, you might want to shake your hands out as well and just, you know, mobilize your fingers and your wrist as well. This is great because I hear, again, a lot of people say to me, Lillian, you know, because I'm holding the phone and my fingers are constantly like this, or I'm constantly typing as well, so the shoulders are up here and the fingers are like this, they're feeling contracted. Do some stretching to open yourself out and expand. This also sends signal to the brain that you're no longer in stress or survival mode, but that you want to begin to relax and to relax the body, okay? And you can do things like, especially when you're online, the eye gaze is fixed. Your eye gaze is not moving around a lot. Like if you were to look away from the screen and you were to take in your environment, you would be using your eye gaze widely. So do an eye release. You might want to gently just press on top of your eyes around here, just press around here and slowly, gently just release the tension from here. You can close your eyes and just roll your eyes around clockwise and then anti-clockwise. You can do that a few times. And as you do that, you'll feel the tension releasing from around your eye socket. You can also take your eyes from side to side and then up and down. And like what I like to do with my clients is play the clock. So I'll say to them, okay, move your eyes to 10 o'clock and then move your eyes to 4 o'clock and then move your eyes to 1 o'clock and then move your eyes to 7 o'clock. And that just helps to expand and release the tension because you've got muscles around your eyes and at the back of your eye socket as well. And that just helps to keep your eyes fresh, especially if you find that being online and looking at the screen, your eyes feel dry or they feel stingy. Don't go and, you know, start depending on eye drops and things like that. Even though they're good, the main thing is your eyes just need to move around their sockets, basically. Okay. And then you could do things like breath work, taking in nice deep breaths, breathing out. Let your body release any stress, pent up stress that you've got in your body from a result of being online. So that's my offering for you today on ways that you can be online in a calm way. Remember the intention of why you're going online. Be mindful of your energy. Be mindful of how it's affecting you mentally, physically, emotionally, your lifestyle, and the essence of who you are. Be mindful of your digital well-being. How are you managing your time? You know, set boundaries around that. Take regular breaks. Don't multitask by eating and being online at the same time. And have your strategies for your stress hygiene and your mental hygiene. How are you going to feel relaxed afterwards after being online? Guaranteed, after this session, I will do some light stretching. I will stand up, I will stretch, I will breathe, I will shake my body out so that I am back to being aligned to calmness and wellness. So those are my points. If you've got any questions, pop your questions in the comments below this video and I'll be happy to answer it. And if you want to have a deeper conversation with me about how you can navigate your well-being whilst being online, then book in a free call with me as well. Thank you for listening. I think it's over to you, Ariane.
Wow, wow, wow. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Let me just put us all back together. Thank you so much, Lillian.
Thank you.
Amazing.
Amazing. I'm sure our viewers have their heads fully packed of information at this stage.
Absolutely.
Wouldn't you say, Tokumbo, Lillian?
Yes.
Absolutely, absolutely. Helpful information.
Helpful information. And just like we all said, if you do have any questions, please make sure you drop them in the comments below this video. We will spend some time to review your comments and answer every single one of them in a separate session. So please do ask us any questions. Thank you so much, Tokumbo and Lillian. I will hand back to Tokumbo and Lillian to say bye. Tokumbo?
Oh, so bye-bye from me. And remember, I'm Tokumbo Shumbayo. So I just want to say thank you for watching. And we will have our videos out there so that you can connect with us at the end. Thank you. And thanks for having me, Ariane. Yes.
My pleasure. Thank you so much for sharing with our viewers today. Thank you, Tokumbo. Lillian?
Yes, thank you everyone who's watching, not only watching live, but also those who watch the replay. And it's a pleasure to serve. And yeah, just get online, be heard, be seen, and be calm.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, ladies. Thank you everyone for watching either live or watching the replay. And until the next time, isn't it?
Yes.
Absolutely.
More to come, more to come. Let me see.